Okay, so today I want to demonstrate or showcase this project that I was once involved in called we called it the Man app, app platform, whatever. Cause now this because it's hard to classify it because this project was cutting across three different technologies: web, application, and IoT. So the whole idea was to get boxes that contain exam papers. Basically, how you would distribute the national examinations to the different examination centers, wanting to track them, how far they go, to prevent, any cheating cases. Maybe an instance where someone that has access to that to the papers actually, opens the packages and then leaks the paper. So try to prevent that. That's the problem that we're trying to solve here. There was ideas to come up with a box that would have IoT stuff that would be locked digitally and everything, and we would be able to track that box, right? And each and every there will be checkpoints where the box will need to be scanned to actually keep track of that box. So yeah, as you can see right now on the screen, right, it's the two platforms. Unfortunately, I don't have the box anymore. This is 2025. This project was like 2 years ago. So basically, the idea, I'm gonna try and and explain it to the best of my abilities without actually having the IoT box. But yeah, so essentially, we had this dashboard. This dashboard was basically for tracking. Let me just minimize this. So basically, this project here was a Laravel, and most essentially, what we wanted to do with this, web platform was to come up with an API that the mobile app can use, right? So we're tracking. So here it'll tell us the examinations in transit and give us a small summary, total number of trucks and things like that. Then it has to be boxes, papers, and maybe people that are driving. So we have cars here, right? And the drivers, the initial location where they are. Don't mind this was dummy data that we used. And the destination where it's supposed to go, and then the status of the trucks and the number of boxes that are in that truck. So basically, you move on to tracking. Yeah, my system's resources are it's being used a lot, eh? So yeah, forgive it for being so slow today, but yeah. So that's the idea. So now we're in tracking. So basically here you can be able to search. So basically the dashboard here just does crude functionality, right? You create, um, update, delete, and things like that. So basically this, look at my mouse is now lost. Okay, because of the system's resources, but yeah, no problem. So here would know the drivers, right? And then we get more information. Maybe let's click on Jessica here, right? Once you click on Jessica, we should get more information about Jessica. The system should retrieve some more information about Jessica. Just forgive the system, yeah. It's supposed to populate, yeah. Yes, thank you. Right. So here would know where Jessica is currently at. Apologies, eh? Now it's doing the same thing 100 times now. I hate this. I hate this. It's ruining my video, but anyway, we'll have to continue like that. You guys will have to forgive me. Yeah, so basically this is where Jessica is currently located, the last checkpoint, the car that she's driving, the name of the driver, uh, and the registration number and things like that, right? So this is basically Jessica's information, the vehicle's information, right? And then you can have like the papers that she has, right? And you can also have the driver, right? So in this case, yeah, I don't mind them. They're not the same uh, because I don't remember why not the same, but they're supposed to align. But anyway, moving on, we have boxes. So this is where the system actually comes to life. And I hope, without the box and without, because I'm gonna be using this app instead of an actual app because I don't have an Android phone at the moment. It'll be hard for me to replicate this. So the idea was to each and every now these are the boxes, right? So each and every box has an ID, of course, and the origin where it started and the location where it's going, and the current location and where it's going. So basically, the idea here you could do, crude functionality. You could edit and delete the box if you wanted to. This is basically the administrator that can do this. So the idea is I wanted to scan this using the app here, right? Let's now the app comes into play at a checkpoint, right? We're at a different locations, different checkpoints across the nation. And once the truck reaches a checkpoint, uh, the driver is meant to scan, and then the box will give us the location and everything, and then this should come there. So basically, the security guards there in the different locations will say, okay, I want to scan a box. So this is now scanning boxes that are in transit. And once you receive at the receiving center, they will have to scan the papers. Once they open the box digitally, they'll get the papers, and then they'll have to scan. Like in this case, then you have to click on scan. Again, I need apologies here because it's going to take a bit of time because my system has, the performance of my system has dipped over the years. So basically, something like this will come, and then we will need to scan this QR code here. So these QR codes are generated on the fly as well, unique to the to the boxes. And once you do that, that will populate. Oh my God! That will populate, and then you will start seeing the scanned boxes on the app, right? So basically, this will help this QR code. Let me see. So yes, you can see, right? It says boxes one. So basically, what we are actually looking for is one. Is basically retrieving information about that particular box. So there is an API that's running inside of the app here. Let me see if I no, not inside the app, inside the web application, the API running. The, so basically, here, Center of Statistics. Once you scan this, this box, the first box, should actually be populated here. How you would you know this? How would that happen with APIs? The dashboard here is basically running. Yeah, it's basically running an API that's listening for those actions, right? Ah, So yeah, that's just one aspect of it. Maybe let me do this maybe to demonstrate the API in action. Okay, I just want to let me see. Black boxes dash one. Okay, let me do this. Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can replicate it, assuming that it's scanned. Because basically, when you scan, you're basically gonna make an API call to this. Yeah. So this website here is currently hosted. Black boxes. Hope it's right. Yes. Black block boxes dash one. So basically, this is the hosted version of this. So this is local, this is online. But we only want it to be online to replicate to say if you scan it with a phone that has an internet connection, you should be able to retrieve some information. It's been long since I tested this system as well. Let me just check something. Yeah. Yes. So yeah. Yes. You see. Okay. Okay. No. Not yet. Not yet. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Not yet. Free call notification. Da 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 da. Okay. No problem. Let me see. Because I don't want to turn on postman. It's gonna drag even more. Because I'm trying to record the screen as well at the same time. This is so this is yeah. This is the API call. I don't think I'm printing it out onto the console by at any point here. Maybe let me see here. Let me see in the app. In the app. Let me see. Composer. Get new connection. Camera. Okay. Yeah, I'm not printing it out in any of. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not printing it out in any. So yeah, I would have to use Postman for me to see. But yeah, nonetheless, right. Okay. Okay. And once you scan that, then you can always delete it. You can remove it. Let's try and delete it. Yeah. But I think the code functionality does work. And then you, at the same time, you'll be able to get notifications, integrity, violation, delete, foreign key false, and yeah, delete that integrity. Okay, no problem. So you see, you have to handle some errors as well. Okay, let me see. Yeah, the system was never was never completed as well because uh, of other things that came up. Working for a startup, projects are always coming in and out, always changing priorities all the time. Yeah, and then you get notifications here, and then you can see the users here, different types of users under this end. Then you see the different type of users, drivers, so that you're able to delete them if you no longer need them. And then you also have stats, basically, the different trucks, delivery status, things like that. Yeah, so it's not really. Uh, it was a good idea, but I guess the implementation of this kind of system was gonna be huge, 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 huge. But yeah, we were trying to solve problems, working at a startup, trying to get something running. But yeah, that's that from me with this. So here, let me see. Everything that you scanned recently would be here, and you can get to see the users and everything. I guess yeah, the most important thing was for us to be able to scan papers and boxes. After that, then the rest is again, it's again code functionality, just bringing up, retrieving, creating, updating, and deleting. Yeah.